So hey, it is New Year's Eve and I'm back in Florida and I went to work yesterday. I was about to start working and my boss was like, I gotta lay you off. My income from this job is about $1,800 a month. And yesterday it went from $1,800 to zero in one fell swoop. Dear Neil, I regret to inform you that you are being laid off from your position as studio manager effective 12/30/19. This layoff should be considered permanent. A recent buyout requires that blank lay you off. That layoff is not related to individual performance, which is a good thing, because I thought my performance, I showed up on time, I had keys to the place, and I'm a very responsible guy. Which brings us to the new year. Here we are, 2020, going into the new year with zero income and losing my health insurance. I'm gonna have to find another job. I can't get unemployment because I was a 1099 employee, which means I'm an independent contractor. I'm not technically an employee of that company, but I'm making this video because I do want to let you know, anyone that listens to this podcast and anyone that has supported my artistic endeavors over the years, anyone who is a fan of what I do, Neil Patterson, there is something that you could do to help me out. I have a Patreon, and going into 2020, I have zero income. So if you like what I do, if you enjoy it and you want to support it, the link is readily available either down below or in here or over there, or maybe there's a button you can press up here.
www.patreon.com/Neil P.
It's like a subscription service. I'm going to make stuff until I'm dead because that's what I do. I've been making stuff and not making money for 20 years. I'm gonna continue to make stuff. So this is an opportunity for you, anyone that enjoys the stuff that I make, to support me.
www.patreon.com/Neil P.
A lot of people are making a living because people like what they do enough to want to support them, and they're doing it through the platform Patreon. I'm really having a good time making videos every week, and they're going to continue to come. They're going to continue to get better, and we're going to get weirder guests. I'm going to make more music with my band. I'm going to tour with other bands. I'm going to be a busy guy. So if you want to help me stay above 200 pounds, check out the Patreon.
Patreon.com/Neil P.
And thanks so much for your support throughout the years. And I'm not too worried about this. I actually think everything's going to be okay. Without further ado, here's the DRON SUPcast. Without further ado, here's the DRON SUPcast. Without further ado, SUPcast with DRON. Thank you very much. I'm kind of rambling, but I'm going to edit all this and make it really tight. Really, really, really tight. Okay, goodbye. We're rolling, so hey.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you.
We're rolling, hey.
Hey, nice to see you.
We're rolling, hey.
Hey, I'd like to welcome everyone to SUPcast. This is episode, I don't know what the fuck, but I want you to welcome. I can't really talk, man, my brain's messed up, but I want to welcome everyone to the most depressing podcast in the fucking world, SUPcast, with Neil P. The most depressing, life-hating, real. It's the realest, and I guess that's why someone would say it was depressing is because it's real. We're gonna get real. I'm gonna get real with DRON today. We got DRON here, and I'm in the basement. We're in Donnie's. We're in Donnie's fucking studio basement.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So hey, dudes.
Uh-oh. What's up, Neil?
You know.
Bebo.
How are you, Neil?
I feel like everything that we
Bebo.
just talked about would have been so great to record, and now
And
we're
now
just
we-
gonna talk about stuff. That,
We're out of shit now.
Uh-oh.
We're out of topics.
we might as well just
wasted.
be done. Like I'm done, dude.
It was nice seeing you, Bebo.
It was nice talking to you guys. We didn't record any of it. Like, take it easy and
Yep.
fuck off.
It was like
Should
the
have had a mic
realest.
recording this morning.
It was the realist. So we're rolling. We have a camera and we have microphones, and this is a very nice. The studio is fucking nice, man. You can
You like
very-
it down here?
Yeah.
You like what I did?
Yeah. If the camera could pan around, which it can't because it's just on a stick, it can't. So just look.
You can see some black
But we
stuff on the
could
walls and
pretend
But look,
whatnot.
we got fucking amps,
Yep.
and we got sound deadening stuff, and you know, there's drum sets and
Acoustic drums, electronic drums, theremin.
There's a
Microphones.
Moog theremin. Is
Yeah.
it pronounced Moog or Moog?
Moog.
I say Moog. I don't
Someone
know.
told me it was Moog.
Moog.
And that was Peter Keys, and he's like, it's Moog, and I'm like,
Wouldn't
well,
you trust that?
yeah, Peter Keys knows.
I wouldn't. I don't care either way.
I would trust it.
It's however you want to pronounce it. Tomato, potato, tomatoes.
I think it is pronounced potato.
Potato. Yeah, I think
It's
that
a
was
potato
clear.
synthesizer.
I don't know. I've never met anyone who pronounces it potato.
So it's the Moog,
Thurman.
Moog.
potato, tomato,
It's the-
tomato, Thera, flu.
yes.
No, it's just the
Mugato.
Thurman.
Thera flu.
Mugato.
Thurman.
Thurman Merman.
But it's pretty sweet. I like to play that. I'll play. Sorry, I forget which mic to speak into. I play that while I play the electronic drums, and it's like I'm like a one-man amino acids.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
It's pretty awesome.
So hey, introduce yourselves to. There's some people that watch this, and let's introduce you guys, DRON, to the world. Everyone, this is DRON, and you are.
This is I'm Ron.
I'm done.
Together we're DRON. That's
And
What it
I'm,
is.
I'm done.
we used to be in downtown Brown with Neil.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All at the same time actually.
yeah.
You forgot about it. I told you about it. You had that Frankie Muniz thing happen to you.
Oh, that one time for 8 years or so.
Yeah, that one time for Don.
It was very short.
That one 5-year time.
Yeah.
It was very
and we-
short.
and we worked at the same catering company together.
Crunks.
Yeah,
Crunk.
shout
I
out
have
to
a
Cranks
couple
Catering.
memories.
Crunk,
Shout
crunk,
outs to
crunk,
Cranks.
crunk, crunk.
Shouts out to Cranks. And what was really cool about that is we wanted to tour a lot, and we were in the band Downtown Brown, and Don's like, you can get a job at the catering company. And
Come
I was
work with
hired.
me.
I was hired by your brother, I think.
work with me.
Did Chris hire me?
Yeah, Chris hired you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Foster did.
I'm
or
pretty
Jackman.
No, Jackman.
Zarnecki.
No, Jackman hadn't come back yet.
Zarnecki didn't hire
No,
anyone.
Zarnecki did not. No.
Zarnecki, no, he just ran away from ranch. He was terrified of ranch.
What, ranch dressing?
Yeah, for some reason he was just terrified of ranch. Matt, if you're watching, Matt actually might watch this.
Terrified.
What's up, Matt Zarnecki?
What's up,
Tyler
Zarnecki?
might watch. His brother probably
What's
would
up,
watch.
Tyler? Hey, I like your art, Tyler.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tyler's
yeah.
art. If you like art, check out Tyler Zarnecki's art. He's good.
Remember when we were working at the catering company at Cranks, and Tyler was a young Tyler would adorn the ice cream cart with his drawings.
Yes, he would do like graffiti art on it.
What would be
like tags.
cool is if Cranks hires him now to put like dead bodies and all this like melted skulls on the ice cream cart so all of the children could see like the melty deadness.
I think it'd be cooler if they hired him to like come out like with the catered party, and while the party was happening, he'd like tag the side of their house.
Yeah, or
with
tag
a
the
big
side of
Cranks
their
catering
face.
logo.
Or the side of their Audi that's parked in a a $1.1 million home in Sterling Heights. No, Sterling Heights. Shelby Township has those homes, right? What is this? Oh yeah, you got to make sure it picks it up.
You got to make sure it
you
all
gotta-
picks it up.
Yeah, so I
Your
like
microphones.
I like that we have 3 live mics and 2 mics that aren't plugged in, but we need them all.
Are you kidding? These are wireless.
We say-
These
oh,
are
okay,
going to
they are
different
plugged in.
channels. You don't
We also
even
have
know.
17 cameras set up, but we're only using one.
Yeah, those ones they just like too
Yeah.
Am I
much work.
supposed to look directly into the camera the whole time?
Right
No.
Is that how this works?
No,
That camera, or that camera.
there's really no rules. Like
That camera there?
yeah, looking at that camera.
You're on there in Modern.
You're on there with
It's
Darren.
not
You're on there
live
in Modern
TV.
first.
Next call it.
It's not live TV. It's just a podcast. So it really is. There's no real.
So can the listeners see me on this camera?
No.
You're on
What
there in
about that
Modern.
camera?
No.
Shit.
No. The listeners.
So they don't know-
Actually, if they're listening, they can't see us. They're just
Yeah.
listening.
Oh,
but
yeah,
the
true.
watchers on YouTube will see us in this camera.
Dude,
right
that
here.
sounds
Oh,
like
yeah,
government
okay.
propaganda you spewing.
Yeah. Well,
So we probably shouldn't focus too much on the camera because it makes no sense to people listening.
It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah.
So we should
They-
look at that camera. What do we do with our feet?
What you can
I'm
do
sure
whatever you
about
want.
that.
The camera is there. The camera is there. If you care.
Where?
Right there, dude.
There? That one?
The only
That one.
That's one right there in front of you,
The
directly
only-
in front of you.
the only camera that I see. I guess
You're on
there's
the
more
Hern with
than-
Dirt.
So anyway, we're off to a great
You're on the
start.
Hern.
It's just a little, it's nonsense with the boys and DRON. So let's get on track here. Let's talk about DRON. What is DRON? What is a DRON? What do you guys do? What does your music sound like?
It started out really just us messing around. It was after I separated from Downtown Brown, and after he separated from Downtown Brown. It was years had passed, and we decided we wanted to rekindle our relationship and started hanging out and just jamming. And then
For hours on end.
yeah, but then we accidentally booked ourselves on a show before
No,
we had
whoops.
any songs written.
No, we didn't accidentally.
It-
Harry Bob asked us to play, and I said, well, we don't really have any songs. He's like, well, you got 2 months.
Yeah,
And that's when we did it. We didn't. Harry Bob asked us.
so we.
Shouts out Harry Bob. So
So
Hey, Harry.
Bob.
we're gonna get hauled out.
Harry.
I'll see you.
Hey,
What's up,
Harry.
Harry? I'll see you in January, Harry Bob. We're gonna go get Hall Doc. It's gonna be good. Hall Doc is a fried chicken place in Fullerton, California. Harry Bob comes out and does NAM because he works for. I think he works for like Dan Electro.
Vietnam.
Ooh.
NAM, not
He
Vietnam.
doesn't know what NAM is.
NAM
He
is
asked me this
NAM is the
last
music
week.
convention that happens in Anaheim every year. And
I don't know what that is.
It's all the music merchandisers. Like every guitar company is there. Anyone that has anything to do with music production, live sound,
Biggest.
guitar companies. Like Gibson and everyone's there. The Shore's there. The people that make these microphones we're talking on are there. So.
These
Yeah.
are Shures, too.
Yeah, so Harry Bob comes out for NAM and he sleeps in the living room. We have a slumber party and then we go get fried chicken down at Hall Doc, and I can't wait because we're gonna do that again soon.
That's
What
very
is
exciting.
called?
And Harry, so Harry Bob was an instrumental part in getting you guys to play your first show. Harry
yeah.
Bob is also an instrumental part in getting me to start recording this stupid shit
Oh,
that we
really?
do every week. Yeah, he's like, you need a podcast. It'd be a great platform for you. And then I just was like, okay. And then for 3 years, I was just like, okay, I guess whatever. And then finally we started doing it because when my girlfriend moved back to California, she's like, I have all the gear. Just let's record you talking in a van for an hour. And then I did it, and then I sat on it, and then I was sad, and then I put it out, and then people listened to it, and I was like, oh, people listen to it, so here we go.
The thing is even though I
inspirational
disagree
too.
with mostly everything you say, you're very interesting to listen to.
Yeah, that's to look at, too. I'm like, oh, that's something.
Even though I think you're totally full of shit and none of what you said has any root in truth, I
You're on
think
the
you
Hern
presented
with
pretty well. Thanks, dude.
Well, this is what you're on. You're on the Hern with Dern.
you're
You're
on the
You're
Hern with
They're
Dern.
in first caller.
This is every day. I can't get a straight answer out of this guy to save my life.
So we played our first show after we spent 2 months writing 7 songs.
Yeah.
7 songs. And then we kind of just played those same 7 songs for like over a year.
Till we got sick of him.
Yeah, we thought we were going to get famous real quick with that, but no, it didn't work out.
Nobody came.
No one.
I
We
put out
played
the-
shows in front of like 3 people, 4
Yeah.
people. It was even the bands didn't watch us. Like
We were on a hot streak there for a second.
I remember when we played The Sanctuary.
Is that when we were dressed like George Michael?
No. But we were playing, and I just heard in the background, because we did our White Stripes, because we played the White Stripes 7 Nation Army purposely bad to open our
Yeah,
set.
just go.
Oh, it's horrible.
And I heard some guy go, I didn't know this was fucking amateur hour.
Was that the first show?
No, this was our last show.
Oh, that was the most recent show.
Yeah.
Some guy.
Which I think was the worst show. Was that the one?
I guess we were the only band because we didn't know that people didn't go to, what is that fucking place? Corktown.
Yeah.
We didn't know that it was blacklisted. And then
Oh,
Joe
yeah.
asked us
Okay.
to play with something
I'm
involving
not.
a monkey.
I'm not supposed to say this about Corktown Tavern, but I'm gonna say it anyway because I don't even know who fucking listens to this shit. But according to a reputable source, the Corktown Tavern is just a front for some illegal activity. So yeah, if they're gonna you guys can,
Whistleblower.
you guys can come.
Whistleblower.
You Corktown motherfuckers can come to Fullerton and find the living room that I sleep in with my girlfriend and break my kneecaps if you want. But good luck.
I just know
finding
that they
me.
didn't have a sound guy, and
Good luck finding me.
Bezo had to do it.
Oh, it was ridiculous.
The
Yeah,
bassist
they
player.
Well, yeah, Siam, something involving monkey came out from Cleveland to play with you guys, right?
Oh yeah.
And they didn't know. And then after we played, they're like, "Oh yeah, dude, nobody plays that club. They've been blacklisted for."
Yeah, the
something to do.
No,
entire.
I thought we found out like before we played. I thought.
Oh yeah, we
Didn't
did.
Katie tell me, or someone told us on the way there, or something like that, and we're like, what?
No, that was my buddy told me.
The entire Detroit music
And we were
community
like,
turned
So
their
no one comes out to the
yeah,
show.
because they fired the whole staff, and they were all like heavily involved in the music community. They fired the door guy and the sound dude, and the dude Blake that used to book there. They got rid of everyone. So pretty much the entire music community is just like, well, fuck this place. We'll play other venues because there's a bunch of other venues, and Corktown isn't like Corktown was the place you could smoke cigarettes upstairs, and that's like it was the punk fucking dive where you could just light up cigarettes and just. Like it was, so it was just a hot box. When we played there with Angry Samoans,
Oh my god!
in
I'll
2011,
never forget that.
we played there in 2011 with Angry Samoans, and it was like just a fucking hot box.
I smelled like cigarettes for 4 days. After
Yeah, it was a fucking.
I could feel it on my skin after I took a shower. I was like, what the fuck? It all goes upstairs.
Yeah.
And everybody was sweating, and it just got ingrained into everything. I felt like I was going to throw up.
That's how it used to be everywhere, though.
I know.
Yeah,
it's-
Think about that.
but you-
It's crazy.
But what's crazy?
It's so crazy
And I
that
was
that
a
was
smoker.
normal.
Yeah, what's
It's
crazy
smoke.
though is like when you become removed from it, and they don't allow smoking indoors anymore. I remember we were on tour with Psycho Stick, and we were at like some venue in Tennessee, and it was a smoking venue. I just remember being like, "This is fucking disgusting." So like, yeah, you become removed for a couple years, and you totally forget.
And then you realize how
Yeah,
bad
because
it is.
all the first gigs that we used to do back in the early 2000s, they're always like upstairs venues, smoking, and you didn't think twice about it. You just smoked with
yeah.
everybody.
Everyone smoked in their houses, and now if you like go over someone's house where everyone smokes in the house, everything feels disgusting. to
Yeah,
you.
it's hard to breathe. You wake up and you got all this mucus, and like, yeah, whenever we stay at someone's house when we're on tour, and they're like, yeah, we can just smoke in the house. It's like the worst because
Oh, man.
you're
You knew you were going to either wake up sick or
Yeah.
fucking feeling like just garbage.
Unless you were a smoker at the time. If you were a smoker at the time,
Even
it was the
though I was
fucking
a
greatest.
smoker.
Then you just.
what's weird is when you're a smoker, you're kind of immune to how terrible all the
Oh,
secondhand smoke is.
I
I was so immune to it. I was one
You
of
don't
those
smoke
people
cigarettes
that.
anymore?
No,
How
I've been
how
off
long has it
cigarettes
been?
for a couple years now.
You
Something
just
like
gave up vaping too.
that. Yeah.
How long has it been for you, Ron, since you smoked a cig, bro?
Oh, last night I bought a pack of cigarettes. Before that, it was a month. And now I only have one cigarette because I smoked 18 cigarettes last night. But now I'm done. 2020, I ate not a single one.
I think, like,
I promise.
you've never been a heavy smoker, though. Like,
No, not at all. I was talking to Biggs about it, and that's something I've always been able to do is control. Be like, well, maybe you shouldn't fucking do that. And
But
just
I
turn
feel
it
like
off.
even as close as we are, I still feel like every other time I talk to you, you're smoking the not
There
smoking.
was that
Smoking the not
moment.
smoking.
Well, it started because my doctor gave me.
But you never
some
did it a
pain
lot.
Pills.
No.
No, my doctor gave me pain pills. He gave me like 6 pain pills for my teeth, and so I was like, oh shit. I took one, and I was like, I need a cigarette. So I smoked for that 3-4 days. Those 6 pills lasted, and then. I was like, well, I got this pack of cigarettes, and then I smoked one in the morning, and then when I was stressed out, I would smoke one, and then I found out I was smoking one every morning and every day, and I was just like, this does fucking nothing. It didn't really cost me much because I wasn't smoking a lot, but yeah, for a moment there, I was smoking a lot, and then I saw the movie The Joker, and then I really started fucking
Oh,
smoking.
man.
Because that movie, I was talking to Durs, he said he had a fucking panic attack.
When
from
I
that
was
movie.
watching that movie, all I wanted the whole movie, I was just sitting there and like, man, I want to smoke so bad. And I literally thought, and I told Katie this, I thought to myself, like, towards the end of the movie, I was literally thinking, I might, on the way home, buy a pack of cigarettes. Like, for no reason. Even though I had not smoked a cigarette in years, I was like, man, because it's nonstop in that movie.
It's like
every
subliminal,
scene.
man.
it's
yeah.
it's a stressful film. Like when you're watching that movie,
Oh, yeah.
you walk out of there feeling like you just went through some shit.
Yeah.
Because
So good.
it was great. But yeah, I could see why Durs fucking had a panic attack watching that shit.
Yeah, man. I was
Because
like, yeah,
it's very
close to it.
there were times where I felt so close to that character that I was like starting to tear up because I just the
So alone.
when
just watching
when
him
he's
crumble
talking
like
to the
that.
shrink about how he's like, I never feel okay. And when he was saying that shit, I mean, I've been doing all right lately, but like that sentiment of like, no matter which way you frame things in your life, just it doesn't feel right. Like, and and when he said that, I'm just like, so I'm like, all right, I'm like starting to cry now. Like, this is like really, really real.
I think the whole idea of his like laughing condition, where he laughs at like the traumatizing situations, like negative situations make him laugh. That to me was relatable because I, along with like a lot of people I know, always use laughing as some sort of defense mechanism.
Yeah.
You know,
Jokes.
Well, you're a jokester, man.
Oh yeah, but like,
do you have real emotions, Tom?
Oh yeah, no. And when people find out like anything like that about me, like they're always like, yeah, but you can't have thoughts like that. You're always laughing. You're always joking. You're always laughing. It's like, well, most of the time I'm joking and laughing is when I feel awkward. Like social situations, I suck. In my head, I'm like going crazy. I have no idea what to say or how normal people act. So I just goof off and I'm like, oh, I don't know how to talk to people, so I'll try and make them laugh. That always works.
Might as well just show them my balls.
Yeah, here, take a look at this. What do you think?
Those are just pretty though.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I've seen 'em.
Beautiful set of balls.
Rate them on a scale of 1 to 10.
Just fucking 12.
Nice, that's what I thought.
Not a wrinkle in them sons of bitches.
12
Look at
out of
the little
1.
baby butt. Just hanging from your big old dick.
I can use anti-wrinkle cream. Just tightens them up.
Yeah. And then you slap some Nair on that shit, just make them bald as fuck.
Ooh.
Yeah, it actually
Somebody's
hurts.
getting moist like a
How do you
plate of
know? How do
spaghetti.
you know that Nair on your balls hurts? How do you actually
I
know
don't
that?
use Nair, I use Nads. I put the Nads on my Nads.
Oh, yeah. Put the nads in your nads.
And it makes me feel well.
Yeah. Shout out to Anal Pudding, the band from Buffalo. Kurt.
Can I
Shout out
do
to
this
Kurt.
on here, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, everyone, hey, Ron is doing something that is legal in the state of Michigan now. And we're in the state of Michigan.
Still
so
dangerous.
So, yeah, it
I
is
have a
dangerous.
card for it. It's
is
my
dangerous.
medicine.
Well, so it's not only is it legal because you have a card, but
away
now
from
it's
the doctor.
recreationally legal, and which is the funny thing. Yeah, you were talking about your brother, how he's
3
like,
hours and they sold out.
yeah, talk to him, talk to the
Oh.
podcast about that
So my brother, he went to Ann Arbor.
for
and he-
recreational marijuana.
Yeah, and he was waiting in line for 3 hours. He waited in line for 3 hours, and he waited in line for 3 hours, and he waited in line for 3 hours.
Tell us about it.
Tell us
How many
all about
hours?
So my brother,
So who was it
did
again?
this?
my brother,
Okay.
Where?
he went
Yeah,
to this
where
place
was
where
it?
they sold recreational marijuana.
What is that?
What? Yeah.
It's a form of something that you medicate, but it's also for fun.
Can you do it in recreation centers?
Yeah. You could do it wherever you want. I mean, you could do it in a cop car. You could do it in a school.
I kind of doubt that.
Well, I'm doing it on the SUPcast, so it must be safe everywhere, right, Nebbins? I mean, Bebo.
That's what a lot of people.
I'm taking Bebo for
You
your
can call me
girl.
Bebo. That's fine.
Yeah, sorry, Allie.
Shit. You can call me Bebo, but that's a lot. The misconception is funny. When my brother first had his med card, it was hilarious because he was like riding around smoking a bowl and driving with his knee, and he's like, "It's okay, I got a med card," and I'm just like, "Dude, I'm just medicated." Yeah, it's like. They treat it like alcohol. Like if a cop pulls you over and the car smells like weed and you have a bowl in your fucking lap and it's lit, like you're gonna get a fucking DUI. You're gonna like get essentially what's drunk driving.
I keep that shit in my trunk,
But
man.
yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Even if you have a medical card, it's legal to carry, but it has to be out of reach. You can't just be driving around fucking. My brother's driving around with his fucking smoking a bowl and driving with his knees like it's cool, bro. I got a medical card. It's like
They
you
will
tell
throw
a
your
you tell a
ass.
fucking cop that when they pull you over. It's like, yeah, it's legal, but there are ramifications. I mean, they pretty much treat it like alcohol. If
The whole thing's just such a big gray zone everywhere with it. Like, I don't know.
I mean, it's not actually how gray is it really though? I feel like a lot of the rules
I think
it's
a
constantly
gray zone.
changing.
I think it's a gray zone because no one is really fully informed on it.
Well,
no one like
the literature is out there. I just think people are stupid. People are like, "Oh, dude, it's recreational, so I could fucking."
Oh, it's out there. No one wants to look into it.
Yeah, people are just lazy. They're just like, "Well, I can buy pot, and I'm not going to look into like how I can't get in trouble with it."
I'm gonna drive
I
around
forgot.
with 7 pounds.
Oh yeah, we were
on
telling
me.
the story.
Yeah, I forgot there was a story. Okay,
Yeah.
so he waited in line at the recreational spot in Ann Arbor because there's only like 4 open in Michigan right now that can sell recreational.
It's brand new. How
And
long
so-
has it been? Like a month since they?
Yeah, about 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's brand new.
And so he waited in line for 3 hours, and they'd come out and say, "Sorry, we're all out of weed." And then he hits me up like, "Yo, I might need some." I said, "Well, I'm not in town." And then
What am I? You're a bitch.
Then he went to the next one over in Ann Arbor, and he waited an hour and a half, and he said he got really good weed, but it's 16%, charge, 6 state, and then 10.
Yeah, it's heavily taxed.
I guess California is like 30% or something.
It's heavily taxed too. But I mean, they take that tax money. I guess when Denver went recreational, they were able to like rebuild the entire infrastructure of the city, and they dumped a lot of that money back into schools.
I think the tax money you can bring in from it can go to a lot of good.
You think they're gonna though? I think they're gonna pocket most of it.
Well, I think they spend most of it on Beanie Babies.
All right, but at the same time, the lottery tax and the sin tax from cigarettes and all that's supposed to go all to the schools and stuff, but it goes through a lot of different pockets before it gets to
There was no
any
way
schools.
for us, like being just regular schmoes, to know how any of that shit actually works. We could speculate all we want, be like, the tax money is being allotted to this. It's like, no, we don't know. We just...
I hope it goes.
Well,
to
we're
things
crossing
it
our
needs.
fingers, and we're like, there's all this new tax revenue because of the recreational marijuana, but where is it really going? Nobody knows. I don't know.
I'm going into politicians' pockets. And
I'm
stuff
not a
like
government
that.
guy.
Well, they actually gave me a cut of it. I get 3%.
You get 3?
Yeah.
Every time your brother waits an hour and a half in line, you get 3% of that
I
particular
say, keep
sale.
waiting, bro.
Thanks, bro.
Keep
Yeah.
waiting, baby.
You get a finder's fee because your brother is.
Dude, that's
Tried
55
against-
fucking
tried
cents,
against
yeah,
man.
dude. You're like, every time my brother goes and buy a bag, man, I get a quat and a half.
I do.
Yeah.
Thanks, government.
Yeah, thanks, government. Thanks
And
for
the cheese.
Thanks for my kickback.
The government cheese is.
Have you ever tried? Have you ever had it?
I had it once.
Yeah?
It tasted like wax.
I've never had.
Somebody brought it in like elementary school.
Yeah, I've never.
Kind of sharp.
I've never had. Have you had it?
Yeah, a little bit.
I've never had government cheese.
Well, yeah, you did at Cranks.
Cranks use Georgia cheese.
For real?
Yeah, that government
Cranks use
cheese.
government
A little bit.
Is Cranks
For
still open?
serious?
Yeah.
What like the cheese was given to Cranks by the government?
No.
Or they just bought the same quality?
We got whistleblowing going on over
Yeah,
here.
We're talking hot button topics here.
Yeah.
We're on the Earn with Dern, and we're
Yeah,
talking.
there we're done.
Everything's getting crazy now, and I don't even. What were we even talking about? Hot button.
We're talking about fucking
Hot
Cranks
topics.
selling.
Make sure the listeners see how
Cranks-
many microphones we have.
We were talking about Cranks, the catering company, repurposing government cheese to their clientele.
Don't whistle blow.
Okay, well,
Whistleblow, bro.
the reason I'm asking is because you said that they have government cheese, and I
Don't whistle blow, bro.
okay. So is it a fact?
Listen
or are you
here,
joking?
Snowden. Listen here.
You're snowed in, Snowden.
You're snowed
Bro,
in.
I'm gonna become I'm gonna become a political prisoner for whistleblowing Cranks. But anyway, what were you saying? Cranks is Cranks is totally still in business, man.
Oh, okay.
Cranks will never die. Been in business
They
for
had
over
the
20 years.
best fucking shrimp I've ever had when we did the Gene Parmesan
food is
trio.
good.
It was
Yeah.
great.
I mean, we got sick of it, but like the reason that place,
There were certain things you couldn't get sick of, though, like the pepper steak. I could eat that stuff every day. Never
Yeah.
get sick of it. The mashed potatoes. But there's so much butter. I mean, that's
it's
just
terrible
That makes
for
it
you.
better.
But it's so good.
But shouts out to Chef Scott Tracy, who's probably definitely not going to be listening to this. But like that's the reason shouts out to fucking Scott Tracy, Chef Scott, because
Shut up.
he's been working at that place for 20 fucking plus years, and that's the reason that place is still in business because. I don't know. I don't think it's in business because of the fucking gorgeous smile of Jeff Crank. It's because the food is quality.
Nebo, can I interrupt you for a second?
Yeah.
Can we hear Don's recipe for scrambled eggs, please?
Yeah, sure.
Don, go ahead.
All right. Well,
Closer.
you crack the scrambled eggs. Crack the scrambled eggs. Mix them up a little bit. Don't mix them up too much. Just mix them up a little bit and don't put any salt and pepper in them. Put them in a pan and cook them on like a medium to low heat. Kind of lower. You want to kind of think about like Gordon Ramsay. Cook them for a little bit. Keep stirring them. Keep stirring them. Keep stirring them. Just constant stirring them, and not a vigorous stir, but like a soft, subtle stir. Just keep stirring them, and then eventually they're gonna almost. It's like right before they turn solid, they turn into this it's like a gooey texture. You know when it's time. That's when you add the salt and pepper, okay? If you add the salt too soon, it breaks up the yolk. You want to keep everything together, keep it solidified. But shortly after that, you add the cheese before it gets solid. Keep in mind, cheese before it gets solid. Then the cheese prevents it from ever getting really solid or overcooked. Then you can just sit there and cook it for as long as you want until you feel safe eating it. I hate runny eggs, so I don't do that Gordon Ramsay shit, but just low and slow. Keep the salt and pepper out until it's like medium cooked, almost done. Add the cheese at the end. Keep mixing. It forms this gooey, and then just top it off with Cholula. I think that's the key. Top it off with Cholula. That's the ultimate breakfast hot sauce if you're going to be using a hot sauce with your eggs. And that's it. That's the scrambled eggs with Don. You're on the Hern with Dern.
You're on the Hern with Dern.
You're on the Hern with Dern.
They are really delicious.
You're on the Hern with Dern.
Though that was real.
That was actually
He
very
wasn't
real.
bullshitting.
Yeah, no, it seemed like you're very knowledgeable.
It was delicious.
It seems like your technique is something you've been perfecting for a number of years.
I cooked the eggs while listening to Yanni.
Okay.
Yanni, his
Live at the-
album. No, not
live
live.
at
No. In My Time. In My Time is his best album, okay? It's more of a piano-driven, soft, very subtle synths here and there, but mostly piano. It's a very beautiful album. Grew up with my mom listening to that every morning, so now I do that myself while cooking the eggs.
Oh, that's nice.
And bacon too.
But I was gonna.
His bacon sucks.
I was gonna say.
Joking. I'm joking.
The healthy bacon.
It is delicious.
I was gonna say. I thought you were about to say. I listened to Yanni live at the Acropolis because he has.
That is a good album.
Really?
Live at the Acropolis is a
That's
very
real?
good album.
Are you being serious though?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so you've heard. So you know Yanni.
I listen to a lot of Yanni.
You listen to a lot of Yanni?
was in my okay, so Spotify did that whole like, hey, your top artist of the
Yeah,
year,
yeah.
yada yada.
Yeah.
Yanni was one of my top artists of the year.
What number?
Of like number 5, like top 5
Okay, so he's top
artists.
5. He made the top 5.
Yanni,
Yeah.
Liebeck,
Oh, damn.
Coach.
You're into some weird
Residents.
stuff. You're into some weird.
Oh, are you kidding me? He played me this Residence album. It was it's like a concept album if the Nazis ruled the world and what rock and roll in the 50s would sound like, and it sounds like goblins are making it. It's the weirdest fucking
Yeah,
shit
a lot of people don't
I've
like.
ever heard.
A lot of people don't like him, but I do.
He's got every fucking album.
Damn.
Yeah.
He has every album. That's
Yeah,
like
it's true, that's true.
600.
So it's starting to make sense. The
He's got a Residence tattoo next to his Boognish.
oh, okay, yeah.
No. Yeah.
Oh, it's right there. Okay, there it is.
And then the Boognish. Yeah.
I don't know. Can you see that? Like, make sure to get that in camera, man.
I don't know. Can you?
I don't know if you can get it in frame, dude. Okay. What?
You're out of
Either
the-
way, he's showing off his sexy tattoos.
And then I also got Spy vs. Spy. Me and my wife got
You're
that
totally
as-
not in frame.
You're just showing us,
But,
man.
hey, just
And the
Look over
listeners.
here.
no, just trust us. Trust us. Don's got a bunch of tattoos and they're sexy. So, Spy vs. Spy, the Residents, and the Boognish, the Ween logo.
All right, this is getting real sexy.
So,
Keep it sexy, hips and
Is
necks.
Keep it sexy.
is your guys'
Keep it sexy.
music on streaming platforms? Like, can we toss a link to that?
Spotify.
It's all on Spotify.
Yeah.
DRON is.
DRON is on
And Google
Spotify.
Play
And-
and iTunes.
Don Sizzler.
Don Sizzler. Don
Here,
Sizzy.
I'm gonna restart the camera real quick.
What happened to re-camera?
Are we starting from the beginning? I don't remember anything that we just
What
said.
are we supposed to
I don't
do?
remember any of that.
It's a nice camera. It's a Canon M50. It's decent. A
It
kit
looks like a
lens.
nice camera.
Yeah, you know, it does what it does. It's consumer quality, like consumer pro. It's definitely not a pro camera, but for what we're doing on this podcast, you know, it's nice enough. It works. It's got a zoom lens.
Good enough.
It's got a zoom lens. It's got a zoom lens. It's got a zoom lens. Got a zoom lens. Got a zoom lens. Got a zoom lens. So let's talk about Don Sizzler. So we're gonna put a link down there. If you want to check out DRON, the band DRON consists of Ron and Don.
Don.
Dron.
Don.
Ron.
Dron.
Ron or Don? I'm Don.
Don.
I'm Don.
I'm Don.
Do I get out
Ron.
of camera when I lean?
No, you're actually in frame. Okay. Yeah, it's working.
You're in. There, you're out. You're out.
Well, how would you describe DRON's sound? And we talked about Ron. You and I talked about this.
Well,
and,
actually-
and we just made noises. But let's get an actual description from you guys, the guys who make it.
If you were to take a bunch of broken glass and small rocks and put them in a garbage disposal and turn that on, while blasting Slayer.
And running a rock tumbler for 4 days to make beautiful rock tools.
Yeah.
That's a pretty accurate description.
Yeah. Well, actually, our new shit's been pretty fucking bizarre for us. It's like,
Is it not as heavy?
It's more psychedelic, I'd say.
yeah.
Definitely more. Our new song goes into a full reggae section. First of all, switches a bunch of genres in the first couple minutes, and then goes on to a full just straight minute and a half reggae section before switching again.
And it's like black metal with
Is it released yet?
major chords.
No.
Okay, so this is the new
Just
shit.
recorded. Yeah.
So what is released? It's just 69 minutes
Yep.
of music.
69 minutes of music, which
And that's-
isn't actually 69 minutes.
No.
Okay, well,
It's
explain
66.
that.
66?
66, I think.
60. It's 66 minutes.
66 minutes.
Your actual mic.
Your actual mic.
Yeah, use your actual mic. We got
66.
66. 66.
It's first of all, the first chunk of the album wasn't even close to 69 minutes, but we were sold on that name. We decided, okay, that's what we're gonna name the album.
69 minutes of music.
30 minutes, 25 minutes, something like
24.
that. 24 minutes worth of music. So what we did was then we took those first 7 songs and repeated them, but halftime.
Big Head's idea.
So
Shout out
then
to
it's
Big Head.
7.
Shout out Big Head.
What?
Shout out to Big Head.
Stare at the camera.
Shouts out
Stare
to
at
Big
the
Head.
camera.
Yeah.
Then it's 7 songs halftime, 50% time. So they're like doom metal almost, and the vocals are like, "Fuck you." Really?
Oh, whoa. That was a good.
And then the next song.
Oh, you should show him your push-ups you showed me this morning. Show him.
No. We'll wait a little bit for those.
I'm gonna have to take it off the
We'll,
stick.
we'll let it.
No, you don't have to see him. You just need to hear him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He showed me
Okay.
this morning.
Okay, so
And then
It's the-
next.
so it's 7 songs regular speed, 7 songs half speed, and then
one song where it's all 7 songs in a row, double speed. So it sounds like some chipmunks
playing
shit.
at the same time.
Yeah, it's like-
Nordia.
Yeah,
It's like-
we talked about Nordia.
No, not Nordion yet. Nordion then is the entire. It's all 7 songs played at the same time, not consecutively. Played at the same time.
Okay, so let me
and reversed.
So let me get this.
So it sounds like something straight out of hell.
Let me get this straight. 7 songs. Okay, your album is 7 DRON songs regular speed.
Yeah.
7 DRON songs half speed. Then 7 DRON songs double speed.
Yes.
And then the final track is all 7 songs playing at once backwards.
Yes.
And to top it off, we have a song called Donzo Salamzo about how big his dick is and how cool he is.
I love
I'm
that song.
pointing to Don.
By dick, he means my penis. He's not talking something else.
No, it's
Okay,
this
alright.
big old floppy dick. And it's a song about Don's big dick and about how cool he is and how he goes to school and is cooler than everybody else.
Oh, no, that line. Okay, you know what that line
So
is
what are
from?
the-
Hold on.
So what are the lyrics to this song?
He's shushing you. Has anybody shushed you on your SUPcast?
He can shush me all he wants. I don't care.
He's on there and with Dern.
Yeah,
I'm not
there
hitting by
it is.
my rules.
Yeah, I'm on his fucking
You're in my
Hearn.
studio on my
Yeah.
Hearn. You're
Yeah.
playing by Dern's
I'm
words.
Dern.
I'm Dern. This is my Hearn, and you're at my house.
What was the question though?
I don't know. You shushed me. I got real sad there.
I don't know. I was on to something. I get excited and I forget what I'm
You were talking about the
lyrics.
lyrics to Donzo Salonzo.
Oh, they're from Battle Royale.
What's that?
The I'm so fucking cool. I'm the coolest kid in the fucking school.
You sure
I
are.
got that from towards the end of the movie, Neil, you should know. There's a scene where this little Asian boy has this little Asian girl in his arms, and she says to him right before she dies, I think you're the coolest kid in school. And that's like the last words. Her last words to her boyfriend are,
I had no
think you're the
idea.
coolest kid in school. And
Is that the movie that was banned in the States for a minute?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, where all the kids,
Isn't it like
the whole
Hunger
s-
Games kind of?
Oh,
It was
I know what
before-
you're talking
Hunger Games
about.
ripped that movie off.
Okay.
Battle Royale was
Royale.
way before.
Yeah, that shit was
So Was it Bartek who showed us that?
Probably.
Probably.
Netflix
Bartek
showed
showed us
me.
so much.
Yeah, Bartek, definitely. Shouts out to Bartek. Shout
Coach
out, Coach.
Bartek.
What's up, Coach?
Coach.
Thank you for everything, Coach.
Thank you for being such a
Coach
coach.
taught me about life.
Okay, so that was my story about that. So go on.
So Don's dick is huge, and we have a song called Donzo Salonzo.
Can you guys recite the lyrics to Donzo Salonzo?
I already did. I said I'm so fucking cool. Oh, well, that's only
Well,
one part.
I think I remember it. I think it just goes, I'm cool. My dick is huge.
Yeah,
that's the lyrics.
I'm
so cool. My dick is huge.
It's huge.
Yes.
I'm cool.
We have very poetic
My
lyrics.
dick is huge. So cool. My dick is huge.
If we
And
go,
then the chorus is, I'm so fucking cool. I'm the coolest kid in the fucking school. Right? Yeah, cool. So that's a song, yeah.
If we can
we'll
go
put a
back-
link. We'll put a link down there.
if we can go back a little bit,
Donzo Salonzo
to
by
like,
DRON.
the whole setup of our CD,
About his
the
dick.
whole album. I've only once to this day made it all the way through from like song 1 all the way through to
Never
the end
even
of
done
North
it.
Dron.
I've never done it.
But what I've done recently is I've grown to love the halftime songs, like those slow ass songs. Like I actually enjoy listening to them.
What's
now.
weird
At first,
about
I
it-
hated them.
What's weird about it is Phil Miller, beautiful Phil Miller.
Oh, what's up?
Oh,
Shouts out to Phil Miller. What's up?
He talked to me about it, and he's like, dude, like, I don't think you could purposely do that. Like, we've tried it, and like for some reason, your guys' music just sounds like it's supposed to be halftime. I said, oh, fucking hey, man. Because it sounds like it was made that way.
Well, we did it once at a show. At a show, we had like a little bit of
yeah.
extra time or
Yep.
something, and then we were just like, let's just play this halftime, and then we played this song halftime.
We're
and it
the
was like-
worst live band.
Oh yeah. Well, we do things. We don't give a fuck about anyone or what they think.
Right.
We do things to make ourselves laugh.
Yeah, it's like a social experiment.
Yeah, the one
You're
time
just
we
like,
dressed
all
up,
right,
the both of us dressed up like George Michael from
Arrested
Jitterbug.
Development.
It's a shoes drawn with a bunch of stains and a just big lipstick on it.
white shirts and white pants.
My
and
ex
we came out on stage and shook our ass to the audience before actually getting behind the drums and
Hell
doing
yeah.
a horrible cover of White Stripes.
my ex-girlfriend, she saw our show and she said, you know, nobody can understand your jokes when you say things in the microphone. I was like, I wasn't saying anything. That's the joke. I was laughing my ass off. I was going,
Don't know how my wife still supports me. I don't know how she supports us. God bless. Shout out to Katie Foster.
Shout
Yeah,
out
shouts
Katie.
out to Katie.
Shout out
Well,
to little Donnie.
Yeah, Lil Donnie. Shout out
Get
to
a,
Lil
Don
get a
Sizzler.
divorce so we can do Drawn full time, Katie.
Oh, no, don't listen to that advice.
Do it, Katie.
You're yelling into the mic, bro.
Do it, Katie.
Yeah. It's gonna clip. It's gonna clip. I'm gonna have to automate this shit.
Don't do it, please. You guys are a beautiful couple.
Neil the
I love you
Automator.
both.
So should I leave? Okay, so don't do it. I should leave the clipped audio of you just screaming into this thing.
What, am I screaming
Can
the whole
I
time?
scream
No, you're
into
not
my
screaming
mic?
the whole time.
Oh.
You
Can
probably
I scream
shouldn't.
into my mic?
No, you probably shouldn't. I mean,
Don's got a voice that
I have
sounds
headphones on. You're gonna hurt my ears. You know, my-
Should I, is this like ASMR type stuff?
Voice, it's
I already
amazing.
got-
Like
I
I'm
already
screaming to
got-
your mic. It's amazing.
I already got.
Don't you wanna hear this voice? It's amazing.
So let's talk about. There's a part in the record, 69 minutes of music, where you guys do this like doomy riff, and you just go Black Sabbath.
That's our tribute to Black Sabbath.
And this is my question. So the riff was written first, right?
Well, do you know the rest of the lyrics to the song? The rest of the lyrics are Beatles, Rolling Stones.
Beatles, Rolling
Stones.
Stones.
It's literally 4 band names, and we
What
can't even
is
think
it?
of the third band.
You're like, we can't even remember the lyrics.
Doors, Led Zeppelin.
Okay.
Beatles,
And
Rolling
then when
Stones,
it gets
Doors,
slow,
Led
we go
Zeppelin.
Black.
They're really insightful, actually, those lyrics.
I don't.
They mean so much.
Okay, so the lyrics are Beatles,
Rolling Stones, Doors, Black,
Led
Zeppelin.
and then when it gets slow, it's Black
Sabbath.
And then the very last lyric in the song is Drawn DRON. So we're putting ourselves in the league of those bands.
Yeah, so it's pretty much
So we're up there with Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
It's
Beatles,
meaningful and subliminal.
Rolling Stones.
it's like you're just listing off all the gods of rock and you're included.
Well,
You got it.
if they were the gods,
or
I
the gods of cock.
yeah,
Or
yeah.
you could say, because we're at the end of the song, we are the top of the pillar.
the top.
We're
It
the
was
top of the
it was
food chain.
actually
It's like when you're playing Mortal Kombat and you get to fucking a Shang Tsung. It's like you're at the very top of that mountain.
Yeah, we're the sugar of the food pyramid.
it was actually written.
And Black Sabbath is Goro.
Yes, and we
I've
got
never
there.
played it.
We
I don't
got
know
we
what
got
you're
there.
talking about.
You know the reference, baby.
I don't know that game. I've
know
never played a
Mortal
video game in my
Kombat.
life.
Mortal Kombat.
I don't even get the reference, and I love Mortal Kombat.
Those lyrics are actually about.
You don't know Goro?
Yeah, I know Goro.
Never mind. I was gonna say how
how's he
meaningful they
Black
were. You
Sabbath?
guys just keep talking about Mortal
How's,
Kombat. He took my microphone away. I don't know what to do. Sorry, I'm.
how is Goro connected to Black Sabbath?
Because he's like.
Because
Satan.
he's the second boss before you fight Shang Tsung, which would be the equivalent. Shang Tsung is drawn.
Is it
Yes, I
okay
get
to
it. We are
zip
Shang
on this?
Yeah,
thing?
have the Mountain Dew. Is it Mountain Dew?
It's Nos.
It's
Oh, you're
Nos in a
drinking that Nos,
styrofoam. He
okay.
always drinks his Nos out of a styrofoam.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Well, we got Red
does a-
Olive this morning.
Does a chemical reaction. The Nos and the styrofoam.
Yeah,
There's
it
a
like
chemical
it
reaction.
melts the styrofoam, so you're drinking styrofoam.
Shout out to
Shout out
Styrofoam,
to
guys.
Shout out to Foot Locker.
Shout out to Foot Locker.
Equivalent to drinking napalm.
Shout out to styrofoam. Shout out to Foot Locker. You want to give anyone a shout out? That's what we said when we flipped the van. That's what we said to the kid in the McDonald's. He said, "Hey, have you ever flipped the van before?" He's like, "Yeah, that was fun." We had just like literally had a traumatic experience, and the kid's like, "Yeah, that's fun." Shouts out to Foot Locker.
Yeah. That kid's fucking sweet, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
he's a doctor now.
Yeah, he hits me up
He's a
on
dermatologist.
Facebook. On the Facebook, he hits
One
me
of my ex girlfriends is a dermatologist now.
up. Pimple Popper MD.
Do you like that show?
Seinfeld?
No, Dr. Pimple Popper.
Oh, I've never
I
watched
hate
it.
watching
That's from
that stuff.
Seinfeld. Pimple Popper MD. That's why I said it.
Okay, well, there's a
Great.
TV show, a
Dr.
reality.
Sidorides.
There's a reality television show that is she's a dermatologist named Dr. Sandra Lee.
Oh,
and-
Durs was talking.
She
to
just
me.
pops
and
pimples and
she
cuts
just
them open and
she cuts open these giant
sucks out the
abscesses,
pus.
and there's all
It's
sorts of
disgusting.
weird names
It's called
for it.
Pimple Popper?
It's called Dr.
Pimple
Pimple Popper.
They stole it from Seinfeld?
Possibly.
No, motherfucker.
Maybe
Motherfuckers.
Seinfeld gets a little bit. Maybe they get their 3%
Yeah, maybe they
from
get a
Pimple
kickback.
Popper. They get
Maybe they
Well,
get
just
you
like
better watch out
maybe they
because
get
I'm going to be
around
coming
kickback.
taking about one of those percent.
I'm gonna get my. I
1%.
want my 2 quats.
I want the Pimple Popper money.
But I mean, are you guys when you see a pimple popping, is it satisfying to you, or are you grossed out by it?
Hate it.
You don't like it? I think it's satisfying to me. I'm like I'll seek it out on YouTube.
I've never
me,
seeked
not
it
me.
out.
So this is
Not
so-
me, because I can it's like I feel like I can smell it as I'm watching it.
Oh, it
and
smells.
and I hate it. And I love mayonnaise, and I feel like one day it's gonna ruin mayonnaise for me because
Yeah.
it comes out looking like mayonnaise. And every time I see one of those things, it fucks me up the next time I eat mayonnaise because I'm like,
You're like, oh, it's Dr. Pimple. What's weird? Okay, what's weird about me is I found this out recently about me is I can watch Dr. Pimple Popper. I can watch the pimple popping. But I was watching this like plastic surgery shit, and Allie was with me, and I was at work watching this plastic surgery disaster shit, and I fucking blacked out. I like passed out just from watching because they were like sucking all this fat out of this woman.
Oh, okay.
Really?
And yeah, so I'm
Passed
like,
out.
so I'm all about the pimples, but apparently if I see like blood and like real surgery happening, it makes me fucking faint.
So
I
you're the
fainted.
absolute
surgery
opposite of
never
Durs.
I
bothered me.
fainted
I used
at
to-
work.
Oh my heaven.
I used to like
She
grow up
gave
as
me
a
a
kid
Gatorade.
watching those
And
things.
she's-
Wow.
She said I turned white. She said all the blood came because you know I had these red cheeks. Like she said I turned ghostly white, and then I said to her, it's like I have to puke and shit at the same time.
But dude, you were one of the people that showed me the jar video where the dude sits on the jar and it breaks
that
in
was
his
Don.
butthole.
You showed us that.
Oh,
We were in
I've showed you guys a lot of bad videos.
we were in Tommy Kuzmano's basement. It was like like that's the first time I saw that was before you joined the band. But Don was like, "Yo, check this out. One dude, one jar, where the guy sits on the glass mason jar and it breaks inside of his fucking asshole." Ouch. Yeah, terrible.
Oh, I just
Terrible
had to see
video.
that once in my lifetime, and
Yeah.
that was enough.
I'm over that phase in my life though. I don't seek out those fucked up videos anymore.
That video is like I'll watch Two Girls, One Cup like for days before I watch that One Guy, One
See
Jar.
that
shit.
I've
two
only
girls,
watched that once,
two
so I
girls,
couldn't
one
even
cup
make
fucks
it.
me up more than watching
That
that.
fucks you up the
gore-
broken mason jar.
Yeah, the gore doesn't really bother me that much,
But-
because they did it to themselves and they're idiots. But like,
Nothing has ever affected me in any way like
But-
that.
It was terrible.
the ones that really
It's just our insides.
the ones that I
terrible.
have a hard time watching are like the skateboard ones where the people land like straight on their face on pavement.
Yeah.
That and watching like
a little cringy.
nails, like watching a nail be pulled off. That is like
Oh,
the
it's
cringiest.
something that
things
fucks
to
with me
Well,
is
like
when
a-
they got long fingernails
What,
that are
like a nail
curly.
like this type of nail?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can. Here's the weird part is I can sit there and like scratch on chalkboards and it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I can do
Somebody else
anything
does
to my
it.
nails. I can pick my nails. I've like broken half a nail off and it hasn't bothered me on myself.
Yeah.
But when I see someone else do it, it for some reason really bothers me to the point where like even like if a girl like files her nails in front of me, I hate it. I hate
Doesn't
it.
that
I
hit
hate
your
nail
teeth?
files.
You know what
When you
does?
see
You know what
that?
does it
Oh
for
yeah,
me?
yeah. It's like I just immediately get like super tense and I'm just like, oh, stop it.
I couldn't
don't know.
imagine
So
ever
not
doing
your own
that.
nails, but anyone else's nails.
Yep.
You know what gets me is fucking you know those tongue depressor popsicle sticks.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
big-
the
I like-
dryness.
I'm thinking about it. Yeah. Oh, I'm thinking about it right now on my tongue, and I just got shivers up and down my entire body. I'm just
Dude,
like, oh.
My
That's
old
how the smell
friend,
of popcorn is for me.
my old
Popcorn?
Yeah, popcorn makes me like feel dry.
dude, my old friend, he used to crumple a ball of aluminum foil and then chew on it in front of me.
That's not weird to me.
Because you don't have cavities, probably, because your teeth are
Yeah.
immaculate and beautiful.
I
So
have-
somebody who has
I've been
many
tricked into
cavities,
doing
that
that.
I have
is
receding
death.
gums now. I have a receding.
Aluminum foil
I have,
touches
I have,
your shit.
I have aluminum fillings.
but
I
have you
three
ever
of
had
them.
aluminum foil on?
I don't
them?
chew on it.
Have you
no.
ever had it like
No.
accidentally?
No.
Oh
See,
my
but isn't it the
god!
filling,
it's
though?
Fucking crazy.
Is it the nerve or is it the filling
It's
that
the
does
filling affecting the nerve, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, so like the aluminum is like the filling conducts some sort of a thing to the
And
nerve.
it just hits you like immediately. And he had no feeling.
Well, now I kind of want to try
And
it.
he's like, oh, I was like, dude, you can't
it? Do you want
fucking
me to go
do
get
that
some
by me.
tinfoil?
No.
No,
I'm gonna
no.
do this
A part
if
of
you
me,
do it.
a part of me wants to try
I'm
it,
gonna
but a
do
part of
this.
me just doesn't want to feel pain because, like, right now my butthole hurts because. Well, I just want to say this on the podcast because I know all of the female listeners just want to know about this. But like, I thought my hemorrhoids came back, and I took a shower today, and I was getting in there, and it's like I honestly think my hemorrhoids are not back, but. It's just pissed off. My butthole's pissed off.
Hemorrhoid
What'd you
free
do to your
2020.
butthole, bro?
I ate Miller's. I ate 2 Miller burgers.
How was it?
It was fucking delicious. But
Was it worth
Your
it?
butthole's paying?
But for some reason, it's like all pissed off.
Is it worth it?
I think so. I mean,
I've never had a Miller's.
like if we have
Neither have I.
if we have any vegan listeners, they're gonna be like, no, it wasn't worth it. You're a terrible human being. I
We're
fucking
both
hate
vegan.
you. Yeah, but regardless, like, was it worth it? I'm the type of dude, and I know it's kind of terrible because I'm very mindful of the ethics of veganism. I'm very mindful of the environmental impact of the meat industry. But god damn it, when I ate that fucking Miller's burger yesterday, I'm like, whatever this does to my body,
I don't
whatever
give
it
a
does
shit.
to my butthole, I'm fucking ready because this is fucking delicious. I'm eating a dead animal, and I don't know, I really can't justify it, but I do it anyway. So
That's how I was at work.
I don't know what to say, bro.
Hey, segue into this about ladies. After talking about Nebo's butthole, what's up? My name's Ron. Hit me up. We'll talk about his butthole together.
Yeah, I looked at the analytics, and actually, like, the percent of female listeners is 0.3% of the entire listening base.
What's up, ladies?
Yeah, so what's up, lady?
I got 3% from the government.
What's up?
I got 3% from the government.
What's up, half of a woman?
Oh, damn. That sounds hot.
All we need is half.
The one that speaks and tells you that she loves you.
So holler at Ron.
Holler.
Put your phone number out there. Your
right,
Social
yeah.
Security
Oh,
number out there.
Yeah,
Let her know everything.
777.
7.
No,
4.
that was it.
Okay.
He's okay.
I'm glad we have all these mics because how could we pick up all this glory without all these mics, man?
He's got
John
1,
asked me
2,
about my
3,
shirt.
4, 5, 6.
What's your shirt? Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Yeah.
Ron got this for me.
Aw.
I got this from.
It looks.
This is Ron right here.
This is me.
It looks
I got
like
him this shirt.
it looks like he got it for you maybe a couple years back because it looks like you've worn it a bunch.
Guess what? When we got it,
How many years is it?
I love this shirt.
How many years ago did you get it?
3, 4,
30th birthday.
30th birthday.
He's 33. He just changed.
Just turned 33.
Happy birthday.
Christmas Eve.
Christmas
really?
Eve. He's 33.
33.
Holy shit!
And he's
an
a
old
boomer. He's a boomer.
Yeah.
33-year-old boomer.
Okay. Boom. Boom.
33-year-old boomer.
Well, Don, when you joined Downtown Brown, you were what, 19?
19 years old.
Oh my God,
19 years
33
old.
now.
I was a strapping young lad. I was strong. I was fit.
Didn't you play drums outside or
you were
something?
naked?
because you
I
couldn't
played
get in?
drums outside naked all the time.
No, when you were young.
Oh, hey, I want to tell a real quick story. Like before you auditioned for the band, there was this guy that was like, I want to audition for Downtown Brown. He drove out from, you know, the area near Harpo's on the east side of Detroit.
Yep.
Like
Nice area.
Like Chalmers area.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really gnarly. I don't know if it's still gnarly, but there's a venue called Harpo's on the east side of Detroit near the Chalmers exit on 94. There's like a couple gas stations, and it's like it's kind of fucking terrible. It's a terrible area. And this guy comes from Livingston County with his drum set, and he fucking stops at a gas station at that intersection, Chalmers and 94, and fucking he calls me up and he's like, I just got my drum set and my car he got carjacked with his whole drum set on his way to audition for Downtown Brown.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that story.
And I was
before.
just like, and I didn't know,
horrible.
and I didn't know what to say because because there's a part of me that just wanted to be like, dude, you just should have fucking got gas like 2 exits later.
He didn't know, right?
But
you
then
got to know where to get off.
But then there was another. Well, yeah, he was from Livingston County. He had no idea. But then there was another part of me that just was like felt fucking terrible because here this guy is coming to audition for our band and gets his fucking car and his drum set stolen, and he's just like,
Who is he now? He could be like a Marcus Miniman or something crazy.
I don't know.
Awesome.
Like, where are you, dude? Like, I don't even remember your name. Like, who are you? But that was in 06, Don, when you auditioned. And I remember you came to Tommy Kuzmano's basement. How did you knew Kuzmano?
My brother Sean
You almost did it again.
was getting some plumbing done at his house.
Yeah, he's a shit pipe cleaner.
And Tommy Kuzmano was his plumber. And Tommy Kuzmano was telling him about this band Downtown Brown that he loved and how they needed a drummer. And Sean was like, well, my younger brother is a drummer, yada, yada. And then Sean showed me Downtown Brown. And at the time, I was like, fuck, man, I'm 19 years old. They're kind of bigger than I'm looking for. Like, they're not going to want me as their drummer. I'm not going to even waste my time. And like a month went by after that.
Didn't you see an ad at Guitar Center?
Yeah, and then me and my friend James, shout out to James Ramsey.
What's up, James Ramsey?
James Ramsey?
We were at Guitar Center and may have been slightly impaired by certain substances and
No, you
saw Downtown Brown flyer, Downtown Brown auditioning drummers, and it had like if you're a fan of Primus, Mr. Bungle, this, that, the other, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Celine Dion, whatever, audition for us. And I got in the car and I'm like, dude, this is the band my brother told me about, bro. I should email them. And then I emailed them. Woke up the next day and not even remembering.
Then got carjacked with your drum set in it.
No.
Woke up the next day, got carjacked.
No,
you were the
this
second
was the
drummer
day-
that got carjacked.
In my
This was the
bedroom.
day after we carjacked someone with a drum set.
That's how you get. You brought that kid's drum set to audition. You're like,
Fuck that
Wait, keep
kid.
telling the
timing
story.
was perfect.
Keep telling the story.
So the next day I woke up, didn't even remember emailing the band or anything, and I had an email from Neil Patterson saying, "Hey, yeah, come audition for us." And I'm like, "What the fuck is he?" And then I saw they send the email the day
You
before. and I'm
don't.
like,
You
"Oh,
don't even
fuck."
remember sending that email, dude. What were you on, bro?
So,
That's cute.
I
though.
am saying, "Fuck it, might as well go check them out." So I load up my drums, get in my car, go out there. auditioned for them, had a good time, felt like we really connected as human beings. And then what was it, like a couple days later, the next day you called me and you're like, yeah, we want you to play drums, come to this show and check us out. And I came to a show and watched you guys with your temp drummer.
Yeah, Scott.
And Scott actually gave me some lessons at the beginning.
He's good.
Because before that, I only played metal drums. I was metal, grindcore, stuff like that.
The thing that impressed me the most when you auditioned, I just remember what you could do with a double kick. Because the guy that we fired, Tom, we'll let go. I don't even know how you diplomatically say you let someone go. But
fired.
But we just decided that we weren't gelling with the dude. But he's doing well. Shouts out to Tom.
Tom?
I think we're on good terms. I hope.
Yeah, I'm still friends with him on Facebook.
Yeah, he's got a family. His dad's a professional bodybuilder. I don't know if he still is, but shouts out to Tom's dad.
Floor Tom's actual name is Tom?
Tom. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was just a clever drummer name.
I don't think
more clever now,
Yeah,
isn't it?
he's
I don't
even
think
better.
I don't think they would call him Floor Tom if his name wasn't Tom.
I don't know. I just thought he hit the drums really hard.
yeah.
He hit a lot of fills.
Call me Snare Drum and my name's not Snare.
like his real name is Bruce, but they just call him Floor Tom.
Well, my name's not fucking Ron. His name's not Don.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
My
So many
name's
people-
fucking Neil Alvin fucking Patterson. I
my
wish
name-
people would
I
stop.
don't know what you're talking about. So anyway, so you were 19 and you joined.
I joined and then, it was...
Can we tell some war stories about being in DTB?
As long
Uh-oh.
as things don't get too graphic, I mean...
All right, give me a sec. I got to restart the camera.
He's got a baby, upstairs that's listening.
No, I mean we
Live. So we'll talk about the time he rode an ostrich around California for 3 days straight,
You.
high on cocaine and
You.
benzos.
No, we don't have to.
You.
We don't have to incriminate because we were drinking a lot. We were doing some
yeah.
wild shit.
Yeah, I can talk about some
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
I just can't get too specific,
Yeah.
Wife will probably listen to this.
She's listening now outside
probably
the
listening.
door.
But she,
Probably down there
but-
with little Donnie,
Ready
what
to
the fuck are they
divorce.
talking
But
about?
your wife is pretty liberal as far as
She's great. She ain't gonna
she's
care.
not. I don't feel like she's easily offended. But
No, yeah.
but still.
No, not her. I'm really less worried about her.
We're not gonna incriminate you. Don't worry, dinner.
Yeah,
Anyways,
even when I interviewed Ron on the podcast, I'm like, can we talk about Don and this and Don and that? And Ron straight up said, he's like, let's just leave Don out of this. But now we got Don. Now we got
baby.
Don.
You got Don.
Now you gotta tell the
Now
story.
we're fucking
baby.
okay, I'm
burning
not-
with the Dern and in Don's basement.
With the dirt and
I'm not going to go into details about the midget. All right, we're going to leave that out of things.
That's a derogatory term. The small
Little
person.
person?
The small person.
yeah, but
Oh,
she
little.
wasn't really. I mean, she was kind of.
Yeah.
Is it more of a nickname?
Oh, all I gotta say about that is that's one of my favorite memories, and we're not even gonna talk about it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
we're
just-
not talking
That's the
about
one
that.
you said.
Just know it involved a little person and Don, and we're not gonna fucking. That's
She
it.
was a little person. We kind of kidnapped her for a day. I mean, she.
You're going into it. He's going into it. We didn't kidnap anybody.
Kidnapped her.
No,
She willingly,
I don't wanna get too much into it.
went along.
she liked us and wanted to hang out with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. We never fucking kidnapped anybody, dude.
And she was like, what, 5'9" or no, 4'9" or something like that.
I
So
don't
she was like
remember.
whatever. We'll stop talking about that.
Yeah, all I remember, all I remember
so-
is we're not going to go into details about what we
Either
just
way,
went into detail about.
So I
Can we
joined
go into
downtown-
detail though?
I joined Downtown Brown when I'm 19 years old.
Party.
And immediately they
Straight
want to
party.
start doing these Midwest tours. You guys had already started doing them, right? You played
Yeah,
a little bit.
we were doing them with Scott and Harry Bob, and we were doing them with Floor Tom. Floor Tom started doing those Midwest tours.
Yeah.
But he wasn't into it because his exact words were fucking, man, there's no chicks at these shows. I want to do fucking coke and fuck bitches. And he was
Yeah,
like,
when you're a small time band, you're not getting coke and bitches.
he was like
You're
sort of
getting
the
no
weird part
money
about
and-
and I love Floor Tom, no disrespect to Floor Tom, but the weird part is he was like sort of joking, but he kind of wasn't joking at all. Like he wanted rock star shit. He wanted to fucking do coke and fuck bitches. And we're downtown Brown, like We're not a Coke and Bitches band. We're like a guy wearing a 5X t-shirt
I
band.
have seen so many more dicks than I have tits.
Yeah, it's really,
So
it
many
just
more.
became normal after a while, especially when Swisher was in the band.
Yeah, well, we can go into that. I see. I don't want to go into any. I don't want to go into. I don't want to go into any Swisher shit because like I don't want him to like show up and find me. Like he's kind of. I'm scared of him a little bit. He's kind of.
What makes you think he would find someone?
I'm gonna find
Well-
you.
We had a whole video about it.
I took that.
I'll find you.
That was really good though.
That video, when I like watched it years later, I was like, wow, because you may have removed it,
It was
from Facebook.
did.
I
creepy.
shared it somewhere.
I
Maybe
took it off
Facebook.
YouTube.
No, I think I shared it on like Facebook or something, and it was still there because I couldn't find it on YouTube.
I took it
but
off YouTube.
Found it on.
Well, this is the postscript to that. So we made a video which was like.
I gotta check and see if it's still on. My...
No, because we don't want people to find it. We don't want people to find I found you. Okay, so the whole thing.
We don't.
Yeah, we don't.
I think you named it.
We wrote a song called "I Found You," and it was pretty tongue in cheek. Like we thought, like we made this video where our old saxophone player was like fake stalking, his recent ex. Like when we had
Impeccable.
Giovanna played.
Shout out to Giovanna.
Shout out to Gio. She was an actress in the music video and played the girlfriend that gets murdered at the end of the video. But come to find out that like this dude actually made his ex-girlfriend feel like really super fucking uncomfortable.
I don't think we knew going into it.
We didn't know
we didn't know the extent of it. We just he had this idea. Hey,
had
it'll
this-
be fun to do this, thing. She doesn't, listen to us or look at anything that we do anymore. So it's not going to be anything.
And
whatever.
it was
It'll be funny.
It was
It'll be
terrible
harmless.
because he's like, yeah, let's make this video about stalking your ex-girlfriend. I found you, haha, it's funny. But then like she actually contacted me about it and was like, dude, I moved out of state because I'm afraid of that dude.
Whoa.
And yeah, no, for real. And I'm
crazy.
like, and it just really hit me like a pile of bricks. It's like, oh my god. So we're like, here I am thinking about we're just joking around, and this dude actually legitimately made this person fearful. And so it's like, yeah, dude, fuck that. Like, I don't want anything to do with any of that shit.
Sour Patch
You know,
Kids?
I don't like, and I don't even really want to be talking about this dude on the podcast.
so sour.
I hope that his life is going better, and I hope that he has maybe grown a little bit as a human being. I don't want candy. I'm talking about Swisher right now. But and I don't wish him harm or his family harm, but like that, like when we were connected with that dude, he's a volatile, angry.
That's the exact word I was just going to use.
He's a volatile, angry, toxic guy that made people uncomfortable, and we were too drunk to fucking realize that he was hurting people. And it's one of my biggest regrets in life is not cutting the cord on that friendship earlier, because I was too fucked up, I was too blacked out, and I was too self-involved to realize that we had a really loose cannon fucking like hurtful person in our crew.
There was a time where we had 3 personalities in downtown Brown that fed off of each other. Me, you, and Pat would feed off of each other. Pat looked at me as like this. He tried like grooming me as like this little protege and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It seemed that way.
But we would fuel each other's fires. We would push each other back when you were drinking.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about talking about those.
Look,
times,
let's
but-
talk about all that. I want to. This is good. Let's get on this, and then we'll divert. But keep going.
Yeah. But no, during those times, and that was, again, I'm 19, 20 years old. Yeah, I'm sitting there hanging out in these bars getting fed drinks by the employees. Have no idea how old I am, When I turned 21, it was no big deal by that point, because it was like, yeah, I've been drinking in bars for 2 years now.
Yeah,
It's
you were
not
already
huge.
drinking with us for 2 years.
And we were drinking heavy. We
Yeah.
were feeding off each other, and we were like cocaine to each other. We literally we made each other more confident and wanted to do stupider and stupider things and get stupider. And
We had a meeting at a bar one time with Swisher, and he was talking about what we were gonna do at Warped Tour, and he called it chaos management. He's like,
yeah.
He's
Whoa.
like, this is what we're gonna do to have everyone talking about us at Warped Tour 2007. He's like, we're gonna literally be the most obnoxious, like vile, motherfuckers.
Bridge burned.
Yeah, and it's like so going. No, and it's hilarious.
And that's the real quote when it comes to Swisher is burning bridges.
It's just everything behind you was left in destruction. It seemed
Yeah.
when I was
It was
walking
very
from
hard
an
for us to
outsider.
recover after he was out of the
It
picture.
took a decade, bro, or it took like 6-8 years. It took me like 3 or 4 years of being sober, like for people to be like, oh, this isn't a shit show. He was like in it to make people feel as shitty and terrible as he felt about himself.
Well, and he was always around too, so we never got much time to talk about him alone. You know, to like really discuss things like, hey, how do you feel about like what we've been doing? It was just a constant
One thing to one.
party, you know, and him always influencing us and always wanting to, you know, every time we'd stop at a liquor store, he'd want to get a fifth of brandy or a fifth of whatever, and always wanted to pre-drink before the shows. And, you know, I don't think either of us would have been as bad during those years if it wasn't for him being in the band.
No, it was, and the worst part about it is fucking poor Harry Bob was driving us around the whole time. He was the sober guy.
I can't believe
he was
that.
the straight guy, and I just
He took so much.
well, and it's one of those things where I've had a lot of heart to hearts with him.
He loved it though, right?
Well,
Yeah.
the thing
Sorry,
is the band was thriving.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we were getting bigger opportunities, and we were getting like asked to do bigger shit, and fucking like we were getting a lot of plays on MySpace. There was a lot of attention on us.
Unfortunately, Swisher's plan was working. It was,
Yeah, the chaos.
and we
ma-
were filming everything at that time and putting
Yeah.
everything on YouTube. And
we were doing like a Jackass thing. where
You
we-
weren't thinking about tomorrow. You were thinking that moment. You're like,
Well,
oh
we
yeah.
we were trying to be like the Jackass of the music scene. Like we were just trying to do the dumbest shit, the drunkest shit,
running
and-
through Warped Tour half naked,
Yeah.
and with a megaphone, and
Yeah.
like,
But yeah, he had this like just really volatile. I mean, he punched me in the face like at that hotel room when we were in Wisconsin. I mean,
yeah,
Jeez.
yeah, and I'm just like, yeah, well, you know, it's just bro shit. It's like no, like he waited. Harry Bob said he was sober enough. He watched it. He's like, Harry Bob said Swisher waited until he just had a fucking moment where he could just give me a good clean fucking knock to the face.
Damn.
And I was blacked out, so I don't even remember it. And yeah, he straight up fucking punched me in the face.
Well, and even I think back to just the verbal abuse, the way he would talk to us, and the things he would say to us. Like when I think back to it nowadays, and I really think about the actual phrases he would say to us, it's like that is just straight bully stuff. He was just a bully, and like he was legitimately mean. He was not above telling someone to kill themselves. Like that type of personality.
Yeah. And yeah, he knew that I was.
He knew your hot buttons.
Yeah, he knew that I have like fucking body image issues, and he would just fucking poke at me about.
Oh yeah.
Switch to 1%, fatty. What did he call me?
Oh man.
What did he?
Horrible.
Yeah.
Always fat fuck.
I only have one story about that guy because I didn't know him. I joined at the end, but it was after one of the first shows I played with you guys. I think it was that Slightly Stupid St. Andy show we did. Was Swisher at that one? Yeah, he was.
He wasn't at that one.
Oh, okay. Well, it was a different one. But we got home and we were eating McDonald's, and Don had his McDonald's burger. But we're on your mom's porch, and he's sitting there. Beautiful summer night, about 3 or 4 in the morning. He's sitting there eating his what do you call it? Your old
Glover burger.
Glover burger.
Oh, we were still eating Glover burgers.
And then he
hell
was
yeah.
sitting there eating it, and he stopped, he paused, he looked up, he farted into his hand, and he brought it to his face, stuffed it really big, and then he took a bite of the burger, goes, oh yeah. I was like, holy shit, dude.
See, okay.
I've never seen
He would
anything
do-
like that.
Okay,
But those are the things that made
That's-
us want to keep him
that
around.
was
that was
the
classic.
thing about Swishers. That was like that's what made him lovable. Is his charming moments like that. He was just such a
So
fucking. He was
flabbergasted.
such a. He was just. He could be so hilarious and so charming and so fun loving and so fun to be around. But then there was the destructive, fucking terrible bully, asshole, deplorable human being side of that too.
And he would he'd play both sides of it too. Like I was saying, how he'd kind of be a bully, but he'd also be your best friend. And there'd be times where he'd be mean to you, but then other times where he'd be like, "Hey, you know, you're my brother, right? You know, you're my brother, and like I would do fucking anything for you. I would do fucking anything. For
We
you.
were
Like,
in,
you know that, right? So
we were in an abusive relationship with that guy for years, from fucking 06 when he started fucking with us again, and when you joined the band, all the way up until 2010 when I stopped talking to him. It was an abusive fucking relationship with that guy, dude.
So you see this
Looking back
person
at that.
as this force. You see this person as this huge force, whether it's positive or negative. He's this huge force, and you see how volatile he can be to other people. But
He's on
you
your
want him
side.
on your side. If he's on your side, you feel safe. You feel comfortable.
Dude, remember the time where the guy rushed me on stage and
Yeah.
Swisher?
Oh yeah, without hesitation.
That
Swisher
was pretty fucking up there.
Yeah, and that's a jarring moment because so this dude, I'm talking shit to this guy on stage or whatever. And Swisher's in the audience. We didn't even invite him to play the gig because at the time we were trying to distance ourselves from him. But he made his presence known at the gig.
Yep.
And same with when we did the Back from the Dead album. He was not invited to play at that show, but he showed up, and you can hear him on the fucking live record screaming, "Oh, that came out of my ass," and shit like that. So he was in the audience, and this dude rushed the stage trying to fight me, and without hesitation, Swisher grabbed him, turned him around, and knocked him out. Like, just boom, like
One
one
shot.
pop, and the guy just fell to the fucking ground. And then my blood brother Bobby was there, and they like dragged this guy out of the Magic Stick.
Big Head knew that guy. That guy was really drunk. I said, "Why was that guy there?" He's like, "I don't know, but he was fighting with his girlfriend. And he was really fucking drunk, and he felt so bad the next day."
Well,
That's also where you got attacked by. I won't talk about that. I don't want to.
no, that was a different show.
Yeah,
that was
I know that was a different show, but it was
Magic Stick.
Same
Yeah,
venue.
I was attacked by.
won't-
And I don't even know why. Why did that even happen?
I've seen shows where somebody just touched your guitar when we were on tour in some fucking little city in the South or something, and some guy kept touching your guitar. And you were having a bad day that day.
Oh,
And
yeah, I
he said,
remember
"Dude,
that. I
one
remember
more
that.
fucking time. Do not touch my guitar."
Wasn't he touching the pedal board too?
Yeah, and then he
was, like,
touched
messing
it,
with your
and
pedal
you
board or
threw. You
something.
didn't care about your guitar. You threw your guitar down and went at him.
Oh, that happened?
Yeah.
Was
yeah.
I drinking then?
No, you were pissed off. I think you were fighting with one of your exes.
Yeah.
You were pissed off on the road, man.
Imagine
Well,
that.
that drunk guy just kept saying, "Oh, touch it." You kept saying, "No, don't. I'm fucking performing right now," and he kept doing it. And
It takes a lot to really get me to flip that switch.
there was that one time I really saw you when we did fucking shrooms the day Ronstown was created when we were tripping on African gold tip shrooms at the fucking university.
Norman.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And
was a good time.
every
Shouts out to Norman, Oklahoma. Shouts out to University.
Shouts out to Mean G.
Shouts out to
baby.
Mean Gene. Shouts out to
Back-
Tucker. Shouts out to Juicy. Shouts out to Matt Jims.
All you beautiful
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
Shouts out to Bartek.
Coach like. But yeah, we're sitting there, and every single person was fighting, it seemed. Every single punk rocker was fighting. No matter which corner I went to, somebody was fighting. And then there was this little pretty guy trying to start shit with you. You're like, "Dude, I'm just fucking chilling. I'm tripping. Do not fucking touch me."
Can I tell the story?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, let me tell my version of the story.
Please.
Okay, so I ate a bunch of mushrooms, and we're playing this anarchist commune in Norman, Oklahoma, and all our friends are there. And we just played this. The show was great. Everyone sat in the pit. Everyone danced the Graveltons. It was a really,
Yeah, it was a really
it was a
fun,
really good
really
high energy show. But
awesome.
so I think I ate mushrooms after we
Yeah,
played.
we did.
Yeah, so we all ate mushrooms, and we're at this.
I think the only time we ever played on shrooms was at Theater.
No,
Bazaar.
you ate them right before you went on, and they kicked in within 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, all right.
Those were
Well,
the strongest shrooms I've ever
either
had.
way, like we're all tripping, and this guy, and I remember the guy's name. Tucker would tell you the guy's name was Saito. Saito.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's all getting up in my face, and he's like, "You're freaking out, man! You're freaking out, man!" And he starts touching me. "You're freaking out, man! You're freaking
Oh,
out,
so
man!"
he's
You're
one
freaking-"
of those dudes
Yeah.
that's
And
just-
he was doing one of those things where he's like, "All right, this guy's on mushrooms. Like, I'm going to invade his personal space, and I'm going to just overstep boundaries."
basically everything you don't do when someone's on mushrooms.
And I told him, get away from me. And he's like, "Oh, you're freaking out, man." And he kept touching me. And then I remember this as plain as day. I just shoved him.
He went 10 feet, man. He went,
What? You know,
I was like, whoa, he flew.
I'm a 200 at the time. I was probably like 220 pound guy.
Yep.
And I could
And
bench
you were
press.
working out.
Yeah, I could bench press like over 250 pounds. And this is a skinny dude. And so I'm just like, don't touch me. I'm on shrooms. Don't touch me. Oh, you're freaking out, man. You're freaking out, man. And then I push him. And all I remember is fucking he flies backwards, and then it's a hardwood floor, and his head just goes boom against the floor. And then he gets up and he goes, "You fucking push me, man." and I'm just like, I told you to get away from me. And that's the whole
Was that
story.
when we were breaking down our equipment? Because that all sounds familiar.
I think we were just hanging out.
We were just hanging out because Ron was like doodling and the house was haunted. We stayed there. We stayed the night there.
I know exactly. I remember. Believe me, I remember that night.
But that was like that. All I remember is that was the last time the guy messed with me.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
And I don't like getting physical with people. Like, it takes a lot. It takes a lot for someone to drive me to the point where I'm actually going to put my hands on them.
Oh, yeah.
But that guy at that moment, he would just press all the wrong buttons.
You
And
were defending your space, man.
I just pushed him.
He's coming at you. That's assault.
And he just
Keep touching you when you say don't. I think that's assault.
Well, you know, I had a woman grab my testicles and yank them at Blind Bob's in Dayton, Ohio.
That's
Did you say don't?
I didn't.
That's.
I didn't
assault.
say anything. I just laughed.
You've been sexually assaulted.
Yeah, it's true. Well, did you hear the Norwood episode where I talked to Norwood about the?
I only caught half of it. I had to
Okay,
go back to
Norwood
work.
told a story about when he was 12 years old. He was essentially sexually assaulted by police. They were trying to provoke him into violence, so they're grabbing on his ass, they're grabbing his balls.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
and like they're just like, oh, what are you gonna do? Like trying to get him to fight so they could kick his ass.
Oh.
And so Norwood, a
12.
12-year-old Norwood in Los Angeles had to he was straight up sexually assaulted by a police officer.
Fuck,
And
man.
he told that whole story, and
I'm gonna have to watch the rest of it.
it's unreal. It's unreal. Just, because we grew up in the fucking suburbs. I mean, you grew up in the suburbs, right?
Yeah.
What Sterling Heights?
Warren.
Warren, okay. So
Warren.
we,
For life, baby.
Northville.
That's where we
Yeah.
are right now. You're in Warren right now.
But you
You're
don't really-
in the war zone.
you don't really.
You're in, that's
War
what we call
zone.
this. We call this the war
They got
zone.
strawberry Gatorade here.
We
got
got strawberry. We're known for.
But
our
it's really,
strawberry
it's
Gatorade.
really,
You know that?
it's really eye opening to hear a person of color, especially from that era, like late 70s, early 80s, talk about the police brutality.
Yeah.
And it's straight up. Just imagine the trauma involved. And the life-changing trauma involved in being sexually assaulted by a police officer when you're fucking 12.
And never being able to prove it. No one's ever gonna listen to you,
Yeah.
or no one's ever gonna.
Norwood's
always
like
gonna side
Norwood
with
said it
cops
was in
and-
front of all my homies, dude. Yeah, and he couldn't do a damn thing about it because if he would have swung on that cop, he would have. I mean, he might
And
as
they
well.
couldn't do nothing either, man. They're just sitting there watching, like, what the fuck
I mean,
is happening right
What can you
here?
do? And so it's those are the conversations I have on this podcast where it's really eye opening to how privileged I was to grow up in the fucking suburbs and not be like.
Away
You never
from
have to worry
everything.
about that. You know,
Nope.
that's the thing that
I was thinking about that yesterday.
I think most white people don't realize that the thing that they don't understand is we never have to worry about that stuff. Ever. You never have to. You get pulled over by a cop, you aren't worried about anything. The only thing you're worried about is, what did I do wrong? Was I speeding or whatever?
Right.
You don't
And that's what-
for a second think, is this cop going to pull me out of this car and kick my ass?
And that's what a lot
know-
of fucking white people don't understand about white privilege. It's not saying you get everything handed to you. It's just saying that there are certain things that you don't have to fucking worry about because of the color of your skin. And then everyone's like, oh, white privilege doesn't exist. It's like, it fucking exists. I drive around the country for fucking 10 years, and I've gotten pulled over by so many fucking cops. And most of the time, they don't pull a
They're
fucking
nice.
gun on me. They don't pull me out of the fucking car.
Dude, they gave our joint back to
Yeah.
us. They gave it back to us.
Yeah, and
I was like, what the fuck was that?
I've gotten so many warnings. I've pulled over,
Yeah.
been pulled over so many times, and they just come back with a warning, and it's no big deal. It's just like, yeah, it kind of sucks. That little bit I was
we
nervous,
are
but
privileged, dude, and I don't want to fucking argue with anyone about this. I don't really want to go into it anymore, but like I'm fucking privileged just the way I was shat out of the vagina.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
and you have to, and it sucks because you really have to hear stories and watch videos of how other people are treated who look differently than us for it to set in. When it should be just base knowledge. We should all know. And it's it's bullshit.
And people are like, oh, that doesn't exist, man. They're doing something wrong.
No, fuck that.
You.
No,
Fuck
racism is real, and people are racially profiled and fucking beat in the streets, shot, fucking killed. You know, and here we are, like, I don't know.
And we live right outside of Detroit, one of the heartlands of it, and still don't ever really. It doesn't affect our daily lives, even though we live right close to it. You know.
That's because the city is really segregated.
Oh,
It's like you cross 1 mile road and like it's a different demographic of people altogether.
How many people on tour when they would be like, so where are you guys from, yada yada, and I'd be like, oh, I'm from like Warren or whatever, and they'd be like, isn't that the city from like 8 Mile? Isn't it like, and I'd have to explain, well, yeah, but that's not how the city is. Like that's if you go to Warren, and you've been here how many times? Look at the neighborhood my parents raised us in. Look at this neighborhood here. It's not
beautiful neighborhood.
Yeah, but you go a couple miles down.
Is it
Dike.
South Warren?
Yeah, you go a couple miles across the freeway, and it's totally different. It's
once you get south
different.
of 696.
My buddy's been living in Detroit for like 8 years. Real tough neighborhood, and he's like, more shit happened to me when I was living in South Warren for 4 years than it has here. Like 3 times as much shit. Like break-ins, having to pull a gun on somebody breaking in at night, getting in fights in the street. He said Detroit, everybody just kind of minds their own business, while Warren, he was saying South Warren anyway, they're all just trying to get money and break into people's homes.
Yeah, because I don't know if they just think they're gangsters or whatever, or I don't know what it is.
All right, boys, it's 2:00. I got to be at the airport at 4.
Oh my God, it's 2:00.
Yeah, we've been talking for an hour and a half.
What's the next hot button topic?
No topics.
We're
No
just
hot
blow.
topics.
You're on the Hearn with
Whistleblower.
Dern.
You're on the
Next
Hearn
caller.
with
Yeah,
Dern.
her with
Next
Dern.
caller.
Well, so I'm kind of bummed because we could do this for 4 hours and I would love to do that. But what it comes down to is this is SUPcast with DRON, and it pains me to have to fucking cut this short. But let's plug the album. Is on Spotify. 69 minutes of music. DRON.
It's on Google Play. It's on iTunes.
Okay, all streaming services.
All baby.
And
All streaming services.
And I also want to shout out Don's got a solo project called Don Sizzler.
Don Sizzler.
And it's how many fucking
fire,
albums have you
dude.
put out?
5,
Yeah,
63 songs.
Incredible
yes,
shit.
63 self-produced, and it some of it has lyrics, and a lot of it is instrumental.
Most of it's instrumental.
Beautiful.
But it's kind of all over the place, electronic. Or
Yeah, so there's gonna be a link down
there.
there. So we're gonna give you Spotify links, digital links to all the music that these guys make, and I love these guys. These are my brothers.
We love you, Bebo.
And we fucking flipped a van together, and we've been through a lot of shit together, and we
Almost
fought.
died together.
We-
Yeah,
Here, babies.
we've fought, we've made up, we've been at fucking each other's weddings.
Kissed.
We've
Kissed, yep.
Well,
Everything true brothers do.
yeah. So it's an honor and a privilege to be here and to be alive in 2019, the tail end of 2019 with my friends, and to be able to record our conversation, and it feels good.
It
great
feels
to be
great,
here.
baby. We
And I wish I
love
didn't
you.
have to leave, man. I have to get on a fucking plane. This is so dumb.
Yeah, we wish you had more time, but you got to get back to real life. Oh,
Yeah.
Tell us how you really feel.
I love you guys, and
we love you.
Don's the daddy, and I feel like
Beautiful,
Holler.
baby. Beautiful,
and
baby.
I feel like we're all doing our very best to be good people and to take care of the people we love, and I'm just proud of you guys.
Oh,
We're proud of you.
man. We
Thank
love
you.
this shit.
Great
Thanks
show
for
last night,
having
by
us.
the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
Last night was
Fucking-
phenomenal. Yeah.
You guys
Whole set
stellar,
was great.
baby.
I'm glad we
Congratulations, Ron. You had a great set. All the members of Downtown Brown.
Thanks,
Great
man.
set.
Thanks.
I'm glad
Thanks.
I'm glad we have all these mics.
Thank you very much.
I'm glad we have all these
one?
mics.
Is this the camera?
No, this is the camera.
The tough part is no one listening to this is even going to realize anything about the mics.
No. Oh yeah. Well,
hear what we're doing.
Have we even mentioned it?
I don't think we've mentioned the fact that we're like holding a bunch of not live mics and shoving them in each other's faces. So if you made it through all hour and a half of this podcast and you're at the end, yeah, you should just watch
What
it.
are these fuckers giggling
The
at?
whole reason I really want this just to be a YouTube thing, but the thing is like people have the option to listen to it on the streaming services as well.
I'm just a little
Podcasts
baby
are big
boy.
right now.
I guess they are.
I'm just a little baby boy.
I just look at it as like
I'm just a little baby boy.
I just look at it as therapy.
I'm just a little baby boy.
I'm just a little baby boy.
Just a little baby
But I
boy.
really do gotta go, guys.
Oh, we love you. Thanks for having us,
Thanks
man.
for having us on You're on the Hern with Dern.
You're on the herd.
Our guest
with Dern.
star, Neil Patterson. We'd
Yeah, I
like
just
to
wanna-
plug Downtown Brown.
Yeah, I just wanna-
You're on the Hern with Dern.
You're the
I
herd
just,
with Dern.
I just want to thank Dern here for having me on the Hern, and
You're on the Hern
I,
with Dern.
I just would like to plug right now. I got a podcast called SUPcast with Neil P, and you can find hyperurl.co/SUPcast, and it's available on all streaming platforms as well as YouTube. And we got this band called Downtown Brown that we've been doing for almost 20 years, and you should check that out too. So I really appreciate being on this lovely platform, Dern.
Dern.
And-
You're on the Hern.
With Dern.
And able,
You're on the Hern with
and
Dern.
able-
Next caller.
you
Next
know,
caller.
hey, next caller, and able to talk about the things that are near and dear to me, and which includes you guys.
Hot button topics.
Hot button topics.
Whistle
Yeah,
blowing.
yeah, we blew some whistles.
Hot topic buttons.
Um,
or hot button.
we blew some whistles.
Yeah, we blew lots of whistles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
We
we
think we broke the whistle.
Oh, we got down and blew those whistles.
Cracked it.
Yeah.
so yeah.
Now
Don't
we gotta record
If-
stupid music.
if someone is on mushrooms, just the moral of this whole podcast is someone is on mushrooms, like, just
Don't fuck with them.
respect their personal space, or
Yeah.
they might push you.
Let them be.
Let him
yeah.
be.
Yeah. Yeah. As the Beatles once said, leave them alone.
Leave him alone.
All right, one more time.
Leave 'em alone.
Beatles, Rolling Stones,
Rolling Stones,
Doors.
Led Zeppelin,
Black Sabbath.
Later, peace. I'm gonna-
Bye.
Where's my dizzy? Yeah, there's my dizzy things because I'm dizzy. So, yeah, the Patreon had just started, but we already have some people that I'm gonna mention. If you give $10 a month, you get a mention in every video. So right now, shouts out to Bob Ashton, Christopher Willig, Justin Launstein, Ken Hoffmeyer, Sam Pick, and Willis Smith. Thank you for supporting the show, and we will see you next week. Make sure you check out the Patreon and subscribe and ring the bell and yada, 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 yada. Do all the things. Do all the things. Okay, goodbye.